How's it going, YouTube? I am looking at something that I never thought I'd really buy. I never thought I really needed, but it's 2018 and we love our RGB, right? More important than anything else when it comes to building and maintaining yourself as a PC gamer. SteelSeries hasn't officially announced it yet, but I actually found this on the shelf at Best Buy. So check your local Best Buy if you're interested in this. This is the SteelSeries QcK Prism. Okay, they've had their Prism series already in the dual matte, soft and hard RGB pads, and now they have it in a full desk RGB mouse pad. Razer released one of these earlier this year. I did not get my hands on it, so I can't give you a comparison on it. But with the QcK Prism, you've got two zones of RGB. Okay, so you got the front half, and then you have the back half, or you can have it as one whole zone. But those are your limitations. And if you notice, the RGB lighting is not going to be multiple colors throughout because this is one light. I don't know, it's like a tube almost, okay? Where the light's passing through. So it's one color at one time, and then it's going to breathe in and out with a cycle of colors. To give you measurements, though, this is 900 by 300 millimeter. Underneath it is the SteelSeries QcK XXL. That is 900 by 400. So you're looking at almost a 4-inch gap in sizing difference. So as far as lengthwise, it's the same, but your width is going to be a little shorter on the RGB. So if you're someone that does swing forward with your mouse a lot, this might be too small for you, and you might want to wait and see if SteelSeries comes out with a larger one with RGB features. But I like the size. It doesn't seem to bother me. It's actually very similar to the Sennheiser GSA 17 that I reviewed last month as far as sizing goes. It is wired, and I will show you guys in a minute how that works. But the one thing I will say that I kind of noticed is if you look in that corner, it says it's out of focus. I'm sorry. SteelSeries has a listing of all their available mice. There's a QcK, QcK Heavy, Edge, Prism, and Hard. Two of those I'm not familiar with, and that's going to be the Edge and the Hard. So it looks like SteelSeries is actually going to be coming out with a QcK with stitch edges, which I'm really excited about because the one problem with QcK mouse pads, as great as they are, the edges on them seem to always come off a little bit over time, and that's not going to be the case on this RGB Prism mousepad or looks like the Edge. So stay tuned for that. And of course, the QcK Hard, which is really just going to be a hard pad. So some people do like that. Definitely offers a lot of speed, not a lot of control though. So this is the Prism itself. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at up close and personal. All right, so this is with the lights off. It looks gorgeous. I still think Razer wins in the department as far as the amount of brightness and color saturation when it comes to their chroma setup. But no, this does look really good. And I'm going to set the camera here. So if you can kind of see in the dark, let me turn the light on for a second. This is the actual housing. This does not have a USB pass-through. So you do need to have an available USB port available on your computer so you can plug this guy in, and right away it'll be recognized by your computer and the SteelSeries Engine 3 software. I would have really liked for this to have a USB pass-through because it's on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, left-hand gamers, but this is out of the way for the average gamer. So if this were a little bit larger with the USB pass-through, I don't see any complaints happening for that at all. So maybe they can improve on that on the next iteration of the Prism QcK. So let's turn the lights back off, and we're going to go ahead and look at the software. So this is the SteelSeries Engine 3. If you guys are already familiar with it, once you plug something in, a lot of times there's going to be maybe a firmware update or whatnot. But clicking on it, you have 4 little quadrants here, and these are going to give you the brightness level. So you can turn it off. You can turn it, 33%, 66%, and basically 99, 100%. Okay, and you can link both of the zones together so that way everything's the same, or you can unlink it and you can have different RGB colors. So if I want to go with let's say pink at the bottom, we'll do steady, and we'll do purple at the bottom, and then for the top, which is zone 2, we're gonna go to steady, and we'll do a light blue. All right, that's kind of my color scheme that I like. So if I don't want to have any breathing effects or anything, I can do a zone setup where I have different colors from the top and the bottom. If I want to change it up again, let me see if I can find a color a little bit different. There we go. So we got red on the top and we have purple on the bottom. So you do have customization with this, but it's not going to be as intense as their keyboards or their mice because you're limited to the coloring of the tube itself. You know, these are not individual LED quadrants, so they all can't be customized. Again, I understand limitations with technology because Razer's the same way with their RGB mouse. So I get that. Down the line, I'm sure it's going to definitely improve. So my only complaints really, you know, the texture on the mouse pad itself is just like your regular QcK, and that's what I love. So there's really no problems as far as actual gameplay when it comes to using this mouse. Sorry, this is not a keyboard review. You know, there's no problems whatsoever with this. It feels identical to the regular QcK. The two issues I'll leave you guys with this that I have with it is the USB housing. I really wish that we did have a USB housing so that way we could plug something else in so we're not taking up USB ports if you're limited. And the only thing I worry about is the actual stitching itself. So I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can actually move the stitching with your finger. So I guess having a little bit of give is good, but I'm just worried about extended use with your wrist or your arm, if that's really going to put wear and tear right here. So I myself, buying it at Best Buy, ended up getting the warranty for it, only because this is a concern of mine. So we'll see. It does look like it's stitched really well, but with it being able to be moved a little bit, it's a cause for concern. Underneath the mouse pad, though, it's your standard affair of SteelSeries quality rubber, so it's not going to go anywhere whatsoever. And it is super flexible as well. So if you have a smaller desk and you can't really have the entire thing laying flat, that's not going to be a big deal. When this came in, it was actually packaged really nice. It came rolled in a tube inside of a box. So super sturdy packaging design right there on SteelSeries. So other than that, you guys, make sure you guys leave me a comment. Like if you ended up liking the video. And just let me know if you have any questions. I know that everyone teases about RGB, but honestly, who doesn't like RGB? And with this quality mouse pad, I don't see anyone really having very many complaints with it. I will give you guys an update in about 2 weeks though, if I notice any strange wear and tear with the mouse. But using the Hotline skates on my G Pro and then also the Hyperglides on the Final mouse, didn't notice anything different because again, it's the same quality mat that we're used to with standard QcKs. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a good one.